Hello and welcome to this session. So in this session, I'll talk about joins and subqueries. So earlier we have learned about subqueries. We have executed the subqueries and then we've learned about joins. So in both cases, you would have observed if you have practiced enough, you would have seen there are cases where you can use both joins and subqueries, right? For example, in this case, right? So I'm using a join here. I am using an inner join. What I'm doing is I'm getting the order ID and order totals from orders and customers, where the customer ID between the joins table, which is orders and customers, are matching, and order country ID is India. So I can execute this and I'll get the data related to this, right? So I'll have this data. This is basically join. So same thing I can achieve the using the subqueries. So here what I want is I want order ID and order total from custom order table where customer ID, right? So the customer ID has to be part of this customers table. So instead of join, I can say where customer ID in this one, where customer ID is select customer ID from customers, right? So if I execute this, I'll get the same data here. Okay. So now when you have such situation where you can use subqueries and joins, right? So when to use what, right? So just to ensure that we do not have some confusion, so I have put this. See, in this table right here, this is important, right? So here we are basically passing values, correct? And we are basically having just two tables. So imagine if you want to select, if you want to join on multiple tables, if you want to get the data from multiple tables, right? We are not getting, see here, we are not getting any data from the customers table. We are only checking a condition. We are only doing condition check, right? Here, if I put something like the C dot customer ID, I can get this data, but I cannot get this data here. So we use joins when we are doing multiple tables and when we want to get data from multiple columns, right? We want to get multiple columns data. That is where we use joins. Okay, so joins wins faster here. So, but when do we use subqueries? Okay, so let's see an example of that as well. Okay, so let me just copy something from here. All right. See, this is a join condition. So where, okay, right now we don't have any records, but that is fine. See, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to pull the customer details where order ID is basically null on the same. Okay. Now what this means is select only those customers which do not have any order. Okay, so the customers who have never placed an order, we are pulling this data. So we am using a left join. Okay, so this works, but you can also use inner queries. Sorry, you can also use subqueries here. So here, this subquery say select the data from the customer table where not exists. Where not exist, basically, hey, from the order, their customer ID is not equal to customer ID, right? So this also is possible, right? So now see, we are passing a condition. So when you're using not exist, right? So if it does it, this is sometimes it works much faster performance wise, right? Because it basically checking for a condition, and then if it does not come, it will not pull it. Okay, so in such scenarios subquery will perform better. Okay, so and again, both of them can do the same thing. Join can do things well beyond subquery. Subqueries will basically, you need to have the filter conditions and everything. So that is the when we use the subqueries. But otherwise joins is like when you use multiple tables. Okay, so just to ensure that we don't have much confusion. Okay, all right. So yeah, just to revise, right? So we use joins. So when do we use joins? So let me just comment this out. It's easier this way. So this is basically commenting out. So even if you select and execute this, nothing will get executed. So this is also important. Okay, so joins, right? So when do you use joins? So number one, right? So when we need columns from multiple tables, we use joins. So when we need to combine data, need to combine data from multiple tables. So wherever you see multiple tables, just go, right? So if you are involved with multiple tables, you use joins. So okay, now but subquery, right? Subquery. So let me type subqueries. So if you are doing any sort of filtering, right? So you can use subqueries. So you would need any kind of aggregation comparison. Like for example, we have seen, right? So here, sum of average, you can, instead of customer ID here, right? Where is it? Yeah, instead of passing customer ID, you might pass aggregation. Hey, sum of the order totals or, max order totals, you can pass that. So that is where you can use the aggregation, right? So aggregation comparison. So it should be comparison. Aggregation comparison, you can use exits. So if you have to use exist, non-exist, in, those are the things that you can use. And if you want just a single value, right? So here you're just passing the customer ID, right? So if you are just passing a single value, or if you're passing just single column value, then you can use subqueries. Okay. Okay. So when you start working on it, right? If there are multiple tables involved, blindly go with joins. If there is like aggregation, everything involved, you usually go with subqueries. Depending upon the table size, sometimes subqueries also take time. So ensure that you test how much time it is taking, and based on it, you take a decision. All right. Okay, I hope this was clear to you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next class.